like, hand me your magazine.
It's Pussy Next Door.
Yes. The pussy. The pussy. We all giggles, y'all. Okay, today we're talking about mainstream news. So what is the main story you've heard about pussy? What are the stories that you heard about pussy? What are the stories that you didn't hear about pussy? And what are the things that pussies tell you? Mm-hmm. What has your culture, your family, the mainstream ideas, the media? What have you heard about pussy? What's been the narrative that you've been carrying about pussy? And as you all know, we are your pussies next door. And I'm Davina, and I can be found on IG at just Davina.
I'm Lindsay. I'm at Empower Print.
I'm Maritha. I'm at Maritha Joe. Hey, so let's go ahead and kick it up. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the whole mainstream narrative. Like, what have you been told about pussy? Maritha, can you start us off with something you've been told about pussy? I was thinking about this, and I haven't been really told shit about this. Like,
What?
like,
So knowledgeable.
no, like, when it comes to pussy, it's just like, it's a real hush hush type of thing.
It is.
Like you hear about sex.
Yeah.
You know, like, you see sex from when you were a kid, watch movies, but
Yeah.
you know, it's a sex scene because the music changed. Yeah. But it's like, what you hear about, sure, pussy, like, you don't hear shit about it, for real. But me personally, I don't really hear shit about it. It's like, all right, I know there's something down there. See it. But like, what do I know about it?
Mm-hmm.
I know there's some things I can't call it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't call it. I know that, let me say this. I feel that even though it wasn't spoken of, that absence of things that were spoken, the absence of things, the absence of conversation, to an idea of like fear, led to an idea of
Yeah.
to an idea of like, don't talk about this shit, right? To an idea of like undercover. It's like to have even conversations about pussy, to like even get to try to understand what pussy is.
Mm-hmm.
Like even that curiosity was just a taboo.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like things that I did hear about pussy, I would say, was more influential than the things that I heard about pussy, which is like sex.
That's yeah. I would concur with that in largely in that when I did hear about pussy, it was in relationship to being available for sex. And so it was almost as if the pussies you can push it and it'll be the pussy. It was almost like the pussy only existed or its only function was for sex. And it was like for male gaze, for enjoyment. What did it look like for sex? In fact, I'm trying to remember like commentary that I heard most about pussy. And kind of strangely, even though I played a lot of sports and women's teams, I feel like we didn't talk about our pussies much. And I would often hear more about pussy from my guy friends. Not in this very like empowering way, not in this like feminist women's, very much in this like their stories, right? They were like what they were doing to their girlfriends that they liked or didn't like, if somebody had like shaved or waxed or not. So it was like these little tidbits, these little biddies that I would get about these little bits that I would get were often from boys. And so to me, it also situated pussy in my mind as being like from the male gaze for male enjoyment. The period was like gross or, these types of things. It wasn't something to like really talk about. It was something to like, hush around. And absolutely, it didn't encourage me to get a mirror and check it out down there. And like, it didn't encourage me to understand all my anatomy. It didn't encourage me to even like touch myself or figure out pleasure for myself. It was very much about how does she look or feel or appeal to a man, well, or to at that time when I was young We were all still young.
Like yeah, man. I don't know. Like my experience was a little bit different, just because like I grew up in the dance world, so hygiene is everything.
Yeah.
Because you're always in tights, and so we knew that we had to go to the doctor, see it checked. At a young age, I wasn't able to do pap smears, but it was like little swabs. Like you take the little Q-tip and they tell you go pee on the Q-tip, or they like tell you to rub it around. And so they can do like a check that way, just to make sure that our pH was always on point. So yeah, but always being in tights and things like that.
Right, right.
And being lifted, having partners, lift you and think. My dance coach, she was like always on it. Like she was like, you can't be smelling like fish. You gotta get checked out, and as a kid, we're like, what the fuck do you mean fish? Like, this is my cuckoo. And so it was just one of those things where from a young age I knew that like it always had to smell clean. Not water, not this, just clean. Like whatever your odor is, it should always smell like you. And when your odor is off, because you'll wipe and you'll be like, what's that smell? Or this ain't right, Yeah. So that was like, the beginning talks of pussy and how, there shouldn't be any smell. If there's smell, there's an issue. What the issue could be, there's multiple things that can go on, especially before having sex. So yeah. And then after I started having sex, of course, like the conversations with my mom and talking about pussy and, after having my first bleed, how to take care of myself and pamper myself a little bit more. Those conversations came along. But I'm with Lindsay, like a lot of things when it came to mainstream pussy, like the way it's sexualized. I learned through boys. Like my first sex partner, like he taught me a lot about like myself and how to like pleasure myself. But, and Lord knows where he was probably getting this shit from, you know what I'm saying? But it worked. I didn't have to read Cosmo.
Listen.
Real thing.
Are you kidding me? That was everything.
Like I didn't have to worry about that because I was good. The shit that he taught me was like, this was G shit.
It's funny, like, so I want to say because you just remind me of those Cosmo, and I didn't realize how much of Cosmo was a part of my like.
Oh
years.
yeah.
Yeah, just like little Cosmo quiz, like take a quiz on whether or not you're a good kisser. I was like, oh, shit, I gotta be a good kisser.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that you clicking, I was writing, and then you would turn the magazine upside down and see what your scores were. So I'm gonna go ahead and date myself a little further back.
I remember that.
Yeah, buying the magazine or the teen Vogue and things like that.
Yeah.
Teen magazines, and they would have, but a lot of it was still, at least a lot of it was still about pleasing or sex. It wasn't a lot about like
Which vaginal pH?
Yeah.
wasn't any of that kind of conversation.
Yeah. That's wild. Yeah, I would agree. It was very like how you appeal to other people, as opposed to anything else. Just like how beautiful are you, or like how appeasing are you to someone else. That also goes into like that big hype about having like a bald ego. Or eagle. Bald eagle. It's gonna have there. I can't even say the word. But like
Are you shaved? Are you shaving your pussy? Are you waxing your pussy? Are you naturalizing your pussy? Like, what you doing with your pussy? What's going on down there? You know what I'm saying? And I remember there was like this big hype about like having a bald eagle.
I can't say
So
the word.
outrageous. Oh, right.
And so, like, are you shaving or waxing, and what
Right,
is that
right.
like, and why? Like, because I remember, like, studies are just like, if you don't have any hair, it keeps, like, the pH balance, it stops you from sweating so much, and odor.
If you don't have hair or if you do have hair?
If you don't have hair, like, it stops, like, because the sweating and things like that.
Interesting.
Mind you, I read this in a magazine.
Right.
You know, and so I remember at a young age when I very first started getting pubic hair down there, I was shaved it.
Right.
Because I'm like, oh, I don't want to have an odor. And you know what I'm saying? And this is all coming from a fucking magazine. And it just like was there.
Interesting.
And then of course as you get older, it's kind of like, oh no. It's just whatever your preference is what you do.
Yeah. I've read some studies where it's like pubic hair can have a function to like protect from the outer elements and all these things, but for sure everybody's different, right?
Right.
But I remember all that. It was like, but it was very much like I felt like the hair wasn't acceptable at that time when I was like in high school and all that bald eagle talk was happening.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, the hair wasn't acceptable. And it was just all these like regulations. My God, like, can I just
have
Yes.
my pussy?
And I think one of the things that says to me, and like I feel like that speaks really true for me. It's really true. There's nothing there unless it's time to say. And like I feel like that's the messaging that I taken in a lot. It's like, don't talk about it. Don't look about it. Don't say nothing about it. If you talk about your pussy, you real extra. If you looking at your pussy, you real extra. If you think about your pussy, child, you need some.
Right.
Like, so it's like just completely ignore it. Really avoid it. It was like this avoidance of pussy. And let me tell you, there was a realization maybe in my mid-20s that I had been literally scared of my pussy. Scared. And then I thought about the messaging. I was like, what? I was like, pussy, what's going on, man? Why am I scared? I was like, cause if you get pregnant,
Right.
and then cause if somebody look at you wrong, and cause if you step out of line, and cause if you talk about it, you won't be perceived this way, and cause. And I was like, dang, all this time, damn. I just asked you one question. And like Bussy had a lot to say about it.
Yeah.
So it was just like this real like avoidance and this fearful avoidance that like even having your own ideas about this, having your own messages about, let's see, is something that is even a capability.
Yes.
Seeing that it's like, don't do that. Like, be a good girl. Like, do the right thing.
Wow.
And ignore your pussy.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of what Day had to say as well about the tights and the leotards and all these things. And there are these realms, I played sports, where it would have been really advantageous to turn it into a conversation about hygiene, about noticing how you smell when you're feeling good and if something feels off, and or just noticing other things, right? Or like if you are shaving or waxing, maybe don't do that before a tournament, right? Maybe don't like just like put somebody on game, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like it's unfortunate to me that those weren't opportunities. We were all women together, and lots of times women coaches and leadership, and it could have been such a valuable time to talk about our vaginas. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, is there anything that, like, y'all can add? Like, what have you been told about pussy? Like, is there anything you haven't been told about pussy? Like, I know there's a lot of stuff that I haven't been told about pussy. So, you know, we want to hear from y'all. What do y'all think? Like, tell us what y'all been told and what you haven't been told.
Yeah. And what your pussy's saying back to you, right? What she needs, what she wants.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Yeah, because like mine, like I said, there's a lot of things that I haven't been told. And like there's a lot of things that, I have been told that now that I've gotten older just isn't relevant anymore. You know? Yeah. I'm not so hell bent on making sure that, the pussy is pretty. Whatever the fuck that means. You know what I'm saying? Like making sure the pussy pretty all the goddamn time. I don't know what that, but like I don't know what that means anymore. Like what you get is what you get. You feel me? Like yeah, she good damn.
Right. Right.
And that's what I'm really. We got 2 minutes left. But that's what I'm really knowing is like, pussy know what pussy doing. This is fronts. So it's like, it's I finally. Oh no, all fronts.
Oh my god. I wasn't even here, but what I was saying is like, man, just like what you've been told about your pussy, and then what you can tell yourself about your pussy. Like ultimately, it's been for me a process of unlearning because it's like, oh, I believe this, and you're like, wait a second, for real? And you hear something from maybe like your friends, and you're like, word, but I thought it was always this way. It's like, damn you, magazine. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Or I'm thinking like with the shaving or the thongs and this and that. And like, look, it's,
That thumb.
listen, I got love for the thong, right? The thong do her thing, but like the thong all day and the jeans out in the heat, I don't know about all that.
It's gonna be a wet thumb, the thumb.
It's gonna be a bad day. Bad day. It's gonna be
Might be a bad week. Oh shit. But like that kind of stuff, yeah, just learning about that. Because then I think of the pussy, like she's just down there. I'm giving her like this life right now. She's this little lady down there, and she's like, "Get off me!" Like you're putting all these little contraptions on me, and you mess my hair up again. And like I'm just trying. She's down there, like I'm just trying to show you what I could do. And you keep getting in my way with this, and like let me show you what I could do, So. She knows what she can do. She knows what she's capable of. And we always like, but I read in a magazine, I gotta poke you in the eye. She's like, stop it. Stop it. Get out of here.
As always, y'all, we look forward to hearing from y'all. We're the Pussy Next Door. And you can find us on IG at Pussy Next Door. And I'm Davina. You can also find me on IG at Just Davina.
Lindsay, Pussy Next Door, and Power Print.
Verita, Pussy Next Door. Hey, you're probably at Marissa. Peace out, y'all.